My name is Melissa Dushak, and I'm the Executive Director of the Meek Arts Centre, and I'm thrilled to welcome Duo Cordelia to this digital pre-concert talk, and we're really looking forward to having you join the Meek Arts Centre's second performance of our Resonate series on Sunday, November 3rd at 3 p.m. And we're also going to have a post-concert chat. But welcome to you, Marie-Christine and Vanessa. Maybe you would just like to introduce yourselves a little bit to our audience.
Yeah, hi, I am Marie-Christine. And I'm Vanessa. We're both founding members of the Duo Cordelia. We've been playing together since 2016. 2014, actually. Yeah, for your concert. Yeah. And have been forming an official duo since 2016.
So 10 years. If you say 2014, you've been playing together. That's 10 years.
Exactly. We didn't realize it.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
It's actually the Meek Arts Centre's 20th anniversary this year.
Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful.
Thank you very much. And you're in Montreal at the moment?
No, we are actually in Fort St. John in the north. We just arrived yesterday, and we have our first concert of the tour tonight.
Okay, so you're in BC already.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, welcome to the
Thank
West.
you.
So my first question is an easy one. Can you tell us about the name Cordelia? Why Duo Cordelia?
Of course. I have to say that mostly it's just because we love the name. We just thought it resonated well with us. In French, corde stands for strings. So that works well for us too. And on a deeper level, we found out afterwards, to be fair, we didn't choose it for that, but found out afterwards that in King Lear, Cordelia is a character that roams the earth in search for meaning, which we thought was really nice to relate to our mission as a duo, which is to explore music in all of its confinements and all of its complex emotions.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I have to be honest, I did not even think of the chord being strings. Just make sure that everyone understands chord is strings in French. So very clever. Very clever.
It's really hard to find a name for a group, but we're happy about it.
So it's hard because to get something that resonates for you and that has a nice sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like naming a baby, right?
It sticks.
You're with it for a while. All right. You seem to be really good friends based on the little video I saw online about you. We know it's not necessary to be good friends to play chamber music well, but I would think it probably helps. How does that work for the two of you? And how does your friendship inform your performances, would you say?
It's the base of the duo. We, first collaborate as a musician in a Christmas gig, and we connect as new friends. Like I give a car lift to Vanessa, and we're just blah 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 together. And after playing on this gig, we said to each other, "Oh, maybe we can play together. A bit more together." And we are really, really good friends, and it's essential because we work a lot together. We decided to don't have an agent, so we do all the booking, all the preparation, everything. So it's like a business too. So it's nice to have someone really close, and really, it's a really good friendship that we have. Yeah, and I think spending so much time with someone, you have to enjoy it. If it's not enjoyable, I feel that the music might suffer. We will certainly suffer as human beings. And that's it. We go on tour a lot, so we spend a lot of time together. It definitely, we were close to begin with, and that brought us even closer. And I think it shows through the music. And the people often say to us, "Oh, we feel the connection between each other." So I think on the stage you can feel it.
Okay, well, we'll definitely look forward to the feel.
It would be at the end of the tour, so maybe we will not.
Oh, are we the last performance of the tour?
Yes,
and you're touring BC, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Okay, very interesting. All right, and now to get to your program, the program's called Visions from the Other Side, and you talk about a different path to experiencing chamber music. And you've used words like deep reflection, wonder, and even humor. Can you tell us a little bit about your thinking about the visions from the other side and the other side of chamber music in a way?
Well, the basis of our duo is, yes, exploration, but also proposing repertoire that we don't usually hear in a classical setting, or turning it on its head somehow, or presenting it in a way that might not be conventional. So Marie-Christine and I, we really love to tell stories. We really like to give a different perspective of what the works mean to us. We like to talk to our audience, as if they were our friends too. So we don't necessarily, we're not necessarily going to read off a sheet, but we're going to say what this music means to us. And I speak about my pieces because I'm a composer as well. So I like to talk about how the works came about. And sometimes it's quite quirky. It's not necessarily a very politically correct story, because imagination is weird sometimes. So we find that it shows in the music as well.
And do you think that it's that the other side of chamber music, like playing chamber music differently, is telling those, I assume you mean telling stories, obviously with the music, but also with the talking, you're telling verbal stories as well. But is that the difference, or the fact that you feel very connected to the music? What is different for you about, Beethoven's?
But the choice of the repertoire, like for this concert, we wanted to choose pieces that show two faces. I don't know if I can say faces. Two, like the first piece, it's from Fazil side, a Turkish composer who is an amazing pianist, an amazing composer, but also an activist, and is really attached to his culture, Turkish culture, but kind of in trouble with the government there. And it shows in his music all the love you have for his culture, and you can hear Turkish instrument with effect in the music. So we start the concert with that, and it's certainly different from classical. That we love our classical composer, of course, and we play them also, but we love to go to catch those composer who go farther than just music. And that, yeah,
I think it's also that we don't stay fixed in a setting. Oh, we play only contemporary music, or we play only classical music. We really choose repertoires from all different influences that we love. So in our first concert, we had some klezmer repertoire, for example, that had nothing to do with the classical tradition or with contemporary music, but it's still music. It's still amazing music that we want to hear, that we want to play, and that we found it was making everything else come out more. Because when you're able to do, okay, I'm going to play a piece, I don't know, by Fauré, and then I'm going to play a piece by Fazil, and then we're going to play composition. It's just a different mix that people are not used to hearing put together in one concert. And also we do arrangements together for this concert. So we have the Mussorgsky pictures from at an exhibition, and our arrangements, sometimes they go far off the rails from what's the actual piece. So I think that I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I was going to ask about the Fazil Say. So he's a contemporary composer, obviously very much alive, as you said, Turkish. So you're playing, I think it's a sonata with 5 movements, but one of the movements really caught my eye, anonymous.
Yeah, it's from a Turkish traditional song, and it's so touching. And I play in the string, and it's imitated the oud, the Turkish.
Oh, the oud, Turkish, like a Turkish string instrument,
so
right?
It's so beautiful, and yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm not starting the program. That'll be great.
Yeah, yes. We begin with, okay, let's go somewhere.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it's very important to choose the order of the concert to go in different direction. Like, okay, we go there, but after be prepared, return, and
Right.
go somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you go after the Fazil say? What's this?
We go with Shostakovich
Uh-huh.
and all the political
upheaval that he went through, and
yeah.
we talk a lot about his relationship to the communist regime with Stalin, with whom he had a really controversial relationship of love-hate. We go in all sorts of different directions in this program. We even go underwater at some point.
Yes, I'm going to get there. But I first want to ask you about, you're playing a movement of a sonata by Philip Glass. And I think people will not always, they might know the name of Philip Glass, but they'll definitely recognize the style of music.
Style, yeah.
He has been called a minimalist, but I know he talks about repetitive structures. And I have to admit, I looked up and I was surprised how many film scores he's actually written as well. But I do remember the film The Hours. Have you seen that, The Hours? And it's about Virginia Woolf. It's based on a novel, and the music is extremely present in that film.
Yeah, you can always recognize Glass music. I just saw a movie about the universe and planet with my 5 years old son. It was music from Philip Glass. And last weekend I was practicing our third movement in the sonata, and I said to him, "Do you recognize the music?" He said, automatically, he said, "Yes, it's the music from the Planet movie." It was not the violin sonata, but at 5 years old, he recognized the style of Philip Glass.
Yeah. I would say the style is very recognizable, but your son also sounds special. That's great. You also do improvisation, and I really liked what you say in your program notes about that the audience and the performers are participants in the creation when you're doing improvisation. So first of all, can you tell us, are you going to be doing improvisation in this concert? Is it inside some of the works, and what is it? How can the audience be part of it? I think people would be really fascinated to hear that, how they can be part of the creation.
She is the improviser.
Yes, I'm the improviser. Although in the Fazil piece that we mentioned, in the movement that you mentioned, it's actually written in the form of in the style of an improv, so it's going to feel like one for sure. And where Marie-Christine's going to be the one playing in the piano, really inside the strings.
Yeah.
And then
right inside the piano you're talking about. Make sure so inside with the actual strings, not the.
Yes, I forget that people can't actually see me doing the movement during this interview. So and we're gonna have another moment in the concert where I'm gonna improvise a little bit before one piece. And yes, this will be a time of pure improv. We feel that it gives a kind of exciting energy because no one knows what's gonna happen, including us.
Including you.
Including me.
Yeah, it's so amazing each time she's doing that. It's always like a special moment and unique moment. That's the point with improvisation. It's once. And yeah, it's so amazing.
Right. And sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I feel that that's one of the gifts of improv in a musical setting live, is that I mean, we play this program so many times, so at some point, of course, our performances are always new and we're always trying to stay fresh, but the improv gives the concert something that's really that's always going to be new, that's always going to be fresh, and it's always going to create a moment in a space that is unforeseeable. So it's a very precious experience.
And would you say, obviously it's partially sort of how you're feeling and how you're feeling inspired in the moment, but it also has to do with the place and the sound in the hall and the other human beings that are sharing that with you. Absolutely.
I've had moments where cell phones went off and I played off of that. That happened.
Maybe that will happen again.
Maybe.
That's very exciting. Okay. And now speaking of that, Vanessa, let's hear about the underwater. So you've written a piece called Aquatic Suite that you're
Yes.
performing. Tell us about that.
I don't want to tell too much ahead of
Okay.
the concert because we're gonna introduce the piece quite a lot during the concert. But it's a piece that I wrote a couple of years back. It's a 2-movement suite, and during this suite, you're gonna be taken on a journey underwater. You're gonna meet all sorts of creatures down there. It's a very humoristic piece, which is something else that we don't find that often in chamber music. Is humor. So we have a lot of fun playing it. The second movement is called Deep Water Saloon, Deep Blue Saloon. Sorry, and it's very fun.
It's
fun.
like a party under the water.
It's
and
like
you
a
can
ragtime.
certainly hear that, and we really receive good comments about Vanessa composition at each concert, and it's the point where the connection was we connect about music with her composition. 10 years ago, she called me to play for her master degree in violins, to play her violin sonata that she composed, a 35-minute sonata. And this is where we connect musically. So it's really important for me to continue to share Vanessa's composition with our duo, and to show to the world what she's doing.
That's amazing. I really look forward to that. It sounds like a lot of fun, I must say. And we're right on the ocean here, so that makes it fun. I mean, we can see it. We're not right. That's a great segue to the next question. You also talked about nature inspiring you. So obviously water, but and I know you're hikers too, right? So can you tell us a little bit about that and how nature inspires you? And I'll just add that here in West Vancouver, we're living right on the mountain. So we're surrounded by nature. So that will really speak to our audience here.
Yeah, as musicians, we pass so many hours in our little studio practicing our instruments since we are really young. So it's so important to find moment to get our inspiration away from the instruments, to travel, to go in nature. We both need that.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
Really need to walk in the forest, to go hiking, and yeah, it's something that we connect on to.
It's essential. I would say we don't feel very good about ourselves if we stay too long without going into the forest. Yeah. It's kind of I'm guessing living so close to nature, it's a lifestyle. It's something that's part of us. And I think it inspires our music. I know that we imagine scenarios when we're playing a lot, and
it's so important to have those experience to build the musician that we are. So
right. Yeah. I think that's the part that's really interesting is we understand the love of nature and we understand the love of music. But I think what'd be interesting for people to really hear that you feel that is connected for you, that your love of nature helps you play music.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, nature is sacred spaces, and so can music be. They can be spaces that you go to feel resourced, feel I'm sorry, that's a word in French, but feel like you're
nurtured,
you're nurturing yourself, you're filling up your battery, feeling recharged. And these sacred spaces, they're really important and hard to come by. So we try to find them as much as we can, either outdoors or in the music.
Lovely. Okay, last questions. I know that you are foodies.
You're
already in BC, but tell us, what food or restaurant type are you most excited about when you come to the Lower Mainland here in Vancouver, West Vancouver?
Sushi!
That, of course, was the easy answer.
Yeah, it's crazy how many minutes we pass on our phone to find what is the best restaurant in Fort St. John, what is the best restaurant in Prince Rupert. Yeah, we like to eat, and I'm especially lovers of seafood, so when I'm close to water and like, oh, this is my thing.
Okay. Well, there's lots of seafood restaurants around here, so, and sushi, of course. It sounds like you know about sushi in Vancouver. How
Yeah.
good here. Yeah.
Yes, we do. We already have reservations.
You do. Okay, don't tell us where, but you have reservations. That's awesome. For after your concert?
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be the last dinner, so
Oh, it's the last dinner. Okay.
that's the treat.
We thought we should make it special for the end of the tour. It's a long, intense tour, so by the end of it, we wanted to have a small treat before heading back home. So we chose a rest.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to hear what it is offline. So thank you so much, Marie-Christine and Vanessa. We're so looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks on November 3rd, 3 o'clock in the Grosvenor Theatre at the Meek Arts Centre. Thanks so much for this and see you soon.
Thank you,
see you,
Melissa.
thank you.
See you soon.